Hey guys, it's KV from Ridezilla. So I wanted to talk to you about a very serious matter today. This matter is related to safety when you're riding. It's not about how safe you ride, but about the dangers that are normally there when you're riding or when you're doing your mundane chores, and we don't realize that danger is a clear and present danger. So this is something that we faced when we were traveling to Dhanushkodi. If you have not seen that video, do take a look at that. And I recently learned to break that video down into various chapters, so you might want to take a look at it. But yeah, during the ride to Dhanushkodi, on the first day of the ride, there was a huge tragedy that struck us, and I just wanted to let you in on what happened. And there is a clip of the video that we have, and I, our analysis on. So this is a collective analysis of everyone who was riding that day and what transpired. So what happened was we were refueling at one of the petrol bunks, and I'll not disclose the name right now. And one of the bikes, it was a Harley Davidson Fat Boy belonging to Ankush Bhai. That bike got, that bike caught fire. It was very tragic. I was standing next to him, rather on the other side of the filling station, and before I could understand what happened, uh, there was a huge flame. The bike burst into flames, and thanks to the staff at the fuel bunk, that uh, fire was doused and nothing untoward happened. Uh, the bike had some damages, and but we came out of it scot free. We didn't face any other challenges. Fortunately, nothing happened to the bike, nothing serious. Obviously, they had to go through tank replacement and stuff like that, but nothing serious happened to the bike, and uh, we were able to continue our ride. uh, Ankush Bhai was able to ride that bike all the way to Dhanushkodi. And this was on the first day, so we were like not more than 450 kilometers into the ride. And this thing happened. So you take a look at the video, and then I'll talk to you about what actually happened and the events following that. Now that you've seen the video, I'll explain you what happened. The bike was on its side stand. The filler didn't stop at the auto cutoff and filled the petrol to the brim. Mind you, the petrol had not spilled over till that point in time. Ankush Bhai used his presence of mind and tried to, screw the cap back. Okay, but the fat boy has two levels of caps, and only one level got screwed. Uh, but by that time he had straightened his bike and the fuel had come out, and after that he screwed the cap on at the first level. And Yogesh was there. He had called up Yogesh and asked him, why the cap is not getting tightened. And so Yogesh was trying to do that, but it didn't happen. So Ankush Bhai said that, like, let me take the bike ahead because there's a line behind. uh, And before anything could happen, he put in the starter. He pressed the starter, and without realizing that the petrol had actually spilled over onto the spark plug area. Somehow it hit the spark plug, near the spark plug. The current flew, and the the fumes caught fire. The tank bag was made of rubber, and the tank bag also caught fire. The moment the tank caught fire, what happened was, uh, Nachiket was there and Yogesh was there, and they tried to douse the flames with the hands. And at a certain point in time, the flame got doused, but in the next moment, the flame just burst. And by that time, they had taken off the tank bag and tried to throw it away. And Ankush Bhai was trying frantically to get the bike on the side stand. Okay, and this was in a matter of like 3 or 4 seconds. And I was waiting on the other side of the filling station, waiting for my turn. And there was a very small flame to start with, and then suddenly there was an outburst. Ankush Bhai was, trapped between the bike and the filling station. So he let go of the bike. He couldn't get the side stand on, and he let go of the bike and jumped to safety. Within that split second, the attendants at the fuel pump just took out the fire extinguishers and doused the bike with the fire. This is the picture of the bike that is there after the flames were doused, and this is what happened. So the learning from this is that this situation can happen to anyone, especially these new super bikes get very hot, and don't fill your bikes to the brim. It's okay if you get a lesser range of say 10 kilometers, but don't fill them to the brim. Don't let the fuel spill over onto the engine, at least. Don't let it spill over at all, in fact. And the newer bikes, not the newer bikes, but the bikes may catch fire. Any bike can catch fire. And what really happened was that the seat got burned. The tank had burn marks, and the fuel bunk attendants were graceful enough for to um, to wash the bike for us. And we were lucky enough, by God's grace. There was no alarm. There was nothing alarming. All the wiring loom and all the other rubber parts were intact. Only one auxiliary switch got damaged, and the rest of it worked fine. The bike, we could start the bike after half an hour, and then we could continue on our onwards journey. So this is what happened. So guys, when you are topping up long distance, don't top it up to the brim. Don't allow the fuel tank to spill or leak, and because this is really something that we take for granted. और डालो, टेढ़ा करो, ऐसा करो, फिर और भरो पेट्रोल, ऐसा मत करो. It's okay if you don't get that additional 200 ml or 300 ml of petrol in your bike, but be very careful about this. Thanks, cheers, take care, ride safe, and Jai Hind to you all.